Do you want to learn Microsoft Fabric within 45 seconds? Sadly, this video is not for you. You can skip it and continue. So this video is actually for the people who want to get into the details of Microsoft Fabric. Though I will try to keep this video as short as possible. However, to establish what exactly Microsoft Fabric is, we need to go through certain points regarding Microsoft Fabric. First is that what exactly is Microsoft Fabric? Okay. All the details regarding Microsoft Fabric. The second point is that what used to happen before Microsoft Fabric, or even today, if you don't use Microsoft Fabric, what is the setup which actually takes place in your company when Microsoft Fabric is not into picture. Okay, the third and the most important point is, why did Fabric come into picture? What problems is Fabric solving that were present earlier? Okay, what is it making easy for you? Okay, and the fourth thing is that what are the advantages of Microsoft Fabric? Which are the scenarios you need to go for Microsoft Fabric, or you need to go for a more traditional architecture with Azure? We need to understand. So basically this is kind of a discussion. This is not exactly a kind of a teaching video where I just teach and you all just listen. It's more of a discussion. Even I would love to understand if where you're using Fabric, or you prefer not to use Fabric, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so let's just dive into this video and understand everything regarding there is today to understand about Fabric.
But wait, before going ahead, let's rewind. And let me tell you a story, which is the data story. Every project, every process, and every system revolves around a particular stage of data. Imagine the flowing water of a river, which goes through lots of ups and downs and lot of turbulences to finally reach its desired destination, which is the ocean. Data is similar. It flows in between different systems and components to finally arrive at a stage where we can actually make sense of it. Now let's put the pieces of this puzzle together and go step by step through the Azure data journey. By the end, we will uncover the real reason behind Fabric's creation. It all begins with the first stage, which is the data ingestion stage. This simply means bringing in raw data from multiple sources into Azure. On the right side of the screen, you will see all the sources like IoT devices, images, videos, files, logs, etc., which constitute as the raw data. In between, when you see the architecture, you will see that these raw data or data are connected to different components of Azure. Event Hub for real-time streaming, IoT Hub for IoT devices, Data Factory, and it goes on and on and on. I have just listed very few components over here. This is where data first enters the cloud cleanly, securely, and reliably. Now, once the data arrives, it actually needs a home. That's stage 2, which is the data storage stage for you. In the architecture given, you will see the Azure Data Lake storage and blob storage acting as the primary storages for the ingested data. Now, most modern architectures organize it in layers, most famously the medallion architecture, where we organize the data into bronze layer for raw data, silver for clean data, and gold for curated or business-ready data. We will speak more about it in the next layer, which we will discuss in a short time. Now, after storing data, we move to processing and transformation, which is the stage 3. Now, Azure offers Databricks for big data transformations using Spark and Synapse Analytics for massive parallel querying. Then you also have ADF, which acts as the orchestration engine. It generally moves data between sources, performs data flow transformations, schedules pipelines, and integrates with Databricks or Synapse. For serverless transformations, we have Azure Functions. These are generally for lightweight transformations or, giving certain business rules or validations. Now the catch is, even though we have talked about the bronze bronze, silver, and the gold layer in the storage stage, the truth is these layers are created during the transformation. So actually storage and transformation go hand in hand. If you are interested, I will actually make a video which explains regarding this. Now we move on to the stage 4, which is actually the storage or the serving layer. Okay, now this layer should be easy to access and query because at this point our data is actually refined and organized. Azure offers several options depending on the use cases. We have Azure Data Storage, Azure Synapse Analytics for warehousing, Cosmos DB for real time, Azure SQL DB for structured data, and in this layer, the data becomes accessible to analytics, AI, and other business tools. Finally, now the last layer, which is the stage 5, visualization and insights layer. Now here we finally arrive at a point where we can actually see our data. Tools like Power BI connect to prepared datasets, allowing analysts and business users to create dashboards, reports, and KPIs, and we get beautiful reports and actually view our data and give our customers to view the data. With this, we end our data journey from ingestion to visualization. Now that we have seen how beautifully Azure brings data from source to insight, it almost feels perfect, doesn't it? But, let's just pause for a second and think deeper. Every layer we just saw, from ingestion to transformation, storage, visualization, runs on a different service. ADF moves the data. Databricks or Synapse transforms it. Data Lake stores it. Power BI visualizes it. Each one is actually brilliant in its own world, but together they feel like different musicians playing in slightly different rhythms. You end up moving the same data multiple times. You store copies across layers. Mismatches starts creeping in, and you will see that at every place your data will be different from the other place. So while Azure ecosystem was powerful, it wasn't seamless. It 100% gave us the flexibility, no doubt regarding that, but at the cost of complexity. The good news is that Microsoft actually realized this gap, and that is where Fabric came into picture. Fabric was actually born. It is nothing but a single unified data platform. And as much as I want to continue further to explain what exactly Fabric is and give an architecture diagram with explaining the components within Fabric, I know that it may make the video lengthy and boring. So let's come back for the part 2. Until that time, happy learning. Please do comment what things would you like to understand and learn. I would definitely simplify them for you.